Renewing my passport online was a smooth, simple process. The same process applies if you're living in Jamaica. It's just at the end with the delivery options and so on where things change. First thing that you need to go is to the PICA website. We're interested in renewing the passport, so what we do is you click on the tab passport at the top. Then you click on renew. You have these options here where they describe the different ways that you can renew your passport. We're interested in, of course, the online option, and this is only available for adults. When you get to this page here, of course, you can start a new application. You can resume your application. You can also check the status of your application. So we start a new application. And when we click on this, the first thing that pops up to us is these list of questions. So you go through these questions where they ask you, for example, if your current passport is going to be expiring in 1 year or less. So in my case, I just went through yes, and then no, because the passport is not damaged and I've not made any changes to my name. And so if you make changes to your name, then you can't do it online. Of course, you need a photo that was taken recently. They want to make sure that you have your current passport and all those other questions. You click next. Then on this page, as you can see, you enter your name and your date of birth and your birth certificate number. So whenever you're doing this, make sure that you have your birth certificate with you so that you can enter that number right there. And of course, you need to have your current passport. After you enter this information, the next step is the email. You need to have an email address. So you enter your email address here. This is where you'll get the information. They will also send a code so that you can verify the email address. And then you can move on to the next step where you start entering your information. For example, your name, your surname, the profession, and of course entering your phone number. So the next thing is then to enter your permanent address. If you are going to be sending your passport directly from PICA to your address overseas, for example in the States or wherever, you would select the option to say same as permanent address. If you want to send your passport somewhere else, for example, let's say you want to renew your passport and send it to someone living in Jamaica, then you would enter their address. If you're going to be doing it that way, where you're going to be delivering the passport to someone in Jamaica, make sure that the phone numbers that you enter for your contact are local numbers. Is to then enter your emergency contacts. You have to go through this, entering their name, their address, their contact number, all that stuff. Now comes the interesting part, the cost for all of this. Here you have two services that are available to you online. So you can select the delivery option or you can select the pickup option. Here you see the selected country is already Jamaica because I entered a local address. If you entered an address overseas, then it will show, for example, which country that you entered. And then you can select the service option that you want. So there's a regular, which is 1 week, and there's also an express service, which is 3 days. After selecting the options that you want, it provides you a summary to say that, okay, the passport renewal fee is 6,500 Jamaican dollars. The delivery fee is 1,900 and the total is then 8,400. So on top of this, I wanted to do the 3-day service. So that was on top another 3,000 Jamaican dollars. 6,500 Jamaican dollars is the cost for the renewal. But there's also this overseas fee, which is in US dollars and also in pounds. If you're applying from America, you enter the American address and it should be delivered there, then I think they actually apply the overseas fee, versus if you send it to a local address in Jamaica, then it would be the local price that's there. The next step is, of course, providing a photo. You can read through on their website all the guidelines for taking the photograph. Whatever is on the website, just follow that in terms of how the photo should look. So when you're taking the photo, make sure that you do it somewhere where you can get the digital copy of the photo, because then the quality would be much better, instead of just scanning the photo and then uploading it. You upload the photo, there are some checks that are apparently done to make sure that the photo meets the requirements that are expected. But it's also listed there that a manual check is done to verify, okay, this photo meets the standards that they have. After submitting the photo, then the summary page is shown with all the information that you've entered. And then you just need to select this option to say that you declare that the information is correct, and then you can then submit the application. So with the payment, it's just like paying any online payment service. You just enter your credit card information. That's the process of renewing your passport online from overseas. And as I said before, in Jamaica it would be a similar process. You can also deliver within Jamaica, you can pick up within Jamaica, and so on. That's pretty much the process of renewing your passport online. My friend is arriving this week, so I'm excited to say goodbye to this passport and to get the new electronic passport, the e-passport. If you want to renew your passport online, it works perfectly. Quick and easy process. This entire process can be done within 15 minutes. Great way to save time, effort, and some money.